Om Shanti. Baba has given us the light of knowledge and also the power of knowledge. This has created awareness in me that I am soul, I am point of light, and eternally I have qualities of love, of peace. Keep reminding myself I maintain love for all the souls. Even every soul has different sanskars. Everyone has different part to play. My relationship is with the soul. So I think of every soul with lot of love and keep sharing peaceful vibrations. Always, always very good wishes to every soul, for every soul. So now I stay in my awareness of my eternal form, of pure godly love and peace. As Baba loves me, I also have love for everyone. Take drishti from Baba.
जो आपकी समस्या है, आप जो भी बोलो, बाबा ये हो गया, बाबा ये है, बाबा ये है, बाबा उसका उत्तर देगा। और उत्तर मिलता है। लेकिन कई भाई बहनें ऐसे कहते हैं, तो हम तो बाबा से रोयान करते हैं, हम तो करते हैं, लेकिन बाबा का जवाब नहीं मिलता है। बाबा सिर्फ मुस्कुराता रहता है, जवाब तो नहीं सुनाई देता है। क्यों नहीं जवाब सुनाई देता है? कोई को देता है और कोई को नहीं देता है। तो नहीं बाबा का जवाब आता है, उसका कारण क्या है? कारण क्या है कि हमारी बुद्धि जो है ना, बुद्धि बिल्कुल क्लीन और क्लियर है कोई भी चीज़ अभी भी देखो, ये जो साइंस के साधन है, आप वहाँ बैठ कर के बाबा की मुरली सुनते हो। अगर लाइन क्लियर नहीं है तो 4 बजे तक 3 बजे तक बैठ के कहते हैं चलो योग कर लिया, लाइन क्लियर नहीं है, सुनने ही नहीं आया कुछ। तो लाइन क्लियर चाहिए ना। कोई भी साइंस का साधन देखो, टेलीफोन ही देखो, टेलीफोन में भी लाइन अगर नहीं आपको क्लियर मिलेंगी तो सुनाई नहीं देगा, कितना भी आप ज़रूरी समझो क्या भी हो। ऐसे बाबा का रेस्पॉन मिलता ज़रूर है, लेकिन हमारी बुद्धि जो है वो क्लीन और क्लियर क्लियर भी हो ना। अगर लाइन क्लियर नहीं होती है तो आवाज़ आता है लेकिन समझ में नहीं आता है। ऐसे ही अगर हमारी बुद्धि क्लीन और क्लियर है, टचिंग पावर है, तो ज़रूर बाबा का रेस्पॉन मिलता है। चलो वो हमारी बुद्धि इतनी महीन नहीं हुई है, इतनी क्लियर क्लीन नहीं हुई है, तो दूसरा साधन है फिर मोटा। वो ये है कि आपके पास कोई भी मुरली हो, कोई भी डेट की हो, लेकिन उस मुरली को आप अध्ययन करो तो उसी मुरली में भी आपको समस्या का समाधान मिलेगा। जो आप प्रश्न होगा आपके मन में, उसका उत्तर आपको मिलेगा। ये कई भाई बहनों का अनुभव है, और फॉरेन में तो हमने बहुतों के अच्छे अच्छे अनुभव सुने हैं। वो कहते हैं बस कुछ भी बाबा के चित्र के सामने जाए नहीं जाए, लेकिन बाबा को इमर्ज करते हैं, बाबा दिल से कहते हैं, बाबा हमारे सामने आ जाता है और बाबा हमको जवाब दे देते हैं।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 26th. Murli, the source of truth. Become story kingdom. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. The family of angels or divine family, godly family. Baba compares knowledge to nectar, cool and sweet. Right? And Baba tells us many, many beautiful stories. One story is of truth, and that story makes human being into Narayan or deity. Every month on full moon day, in India they observe fasting, and in the evening they will have that they will talk about the story of truth. They worship Lakshmi Narayan, and after worshipping or storytelling, the priest comes and they all will have food. I still remember because it's a very, very important and popular day, full moon day. So at confluence age, we are human beings, and we are drinking the nectar of knowledge, listening to the story of truth. How did I begin? At confluence age or in golden age? Where my story begins. When we think of Narayan, the deity form, then story begins in golden age. But when I think of a human being changing into Narayan, then story begins at confluence age. We all at present listen to this story and become truthful. And one of the aspect of truth is Sato Pradhan. Because when there is understanding of who am I, then I become pure and inculcate divine virtues. So as much I become pure, inculcate divine virtues, I'm becoming deity soul. And all our interest or conversation, everything is based on divine virtues. So then we become 16 degrees pure, have all the virtues, divine virtues, completely viceless. Today I've been thinking few times that how when golden age begins, then our world, small world, all of us as deities together. So when we are 16 degrees, then as we take birth after birth, birth and rebirth, gradually our degrees of purity reduce. And when we reach to copper age, our degrees have reached to very low degrees. Baba talks of 9 degrees. So at that time, the elements, Baba talked today about that there will be natural calamities. Because whatever they, let's say, the palace of Narayan, other souls will not be able to have that palace, same palace. So that's why they show that the palace sank in the ocean. They call it the Dwarika, the kingdom of Sri Krishna. Palaces of Sri Krishna went under water. So some say why? Because no other souls can live in that palace. Not only that, but they say that when there are vices begins body consciousness and gradually other vices. So the nature elements revolt and there are calamities. And everything then begins in a different way. But many things happen in corporate. So when body consciousness and vices begin, then there is sorrow. Before there was just happiness, land of happiness. Baba says in golden age, silver age, it's all happiness. And then in corporate, sorrow begins. So as soon as sorrow begins, the soul start thinking about God. And that is where then bhakti begins, worshipping. And as you all know that 2,500 years ago, the first temple which was built was not like a temple, but the big image of Shiva, very big size. And it's near somewhere in Kashmir. I remember went there and they were telling this story. So first there was worshipping of Shiva. And after that, it was started with the deities. And now it is human beings and trees and everything is worshipped. Elements, worshipping of elements start happening. So, but then same time, because souls have declined in their purity, there is also conflict, peacelessness start. And that is where the messengers or prophet souls start descending. It's like fixing, no? And they come and they share the message of purity, of peace. So vices begin, then bhakti begins. And the same time, as Baba says that other religions, there was only one religion, but the duality. So there was just deity religion, and then other religions, their prophets come. And after every 250 years, almost, there is then another prophet, then another. So the tree, the trunk, then start getting into many branches spread from the trunk. And of course, every branch, then so many leaves. And now we see such a big tree. And again, now Baba has come for the sapling of the tree. And Baba says, children, it's a living tree. So sapling is also living sapling. So from Sato Pradhan, we become Sato, then Rajo, then Tamo. We were deities, and then gradually, the clans change. In Copper Age, we call that clan where there is only bargain. Even they bargain with God. And then Shudras is where they keep promising but keep going down and down. Every night they will say to God, I won't indulge in vices, and then they go in vices. Then they pray again. And even now, when we tell devotees about purity, they won't accept easily. They say, no, that's not. Vices, all that is very normal life. So then a point reaches where uh, the status of Narayan, stage of Narayan, or Satoguni stage reaches to Tamo Pradhan stage. Then Baba comes and we souls realize. And Baba always says that those who belong to deity religion, when they will listen to knowledge, it will appeal them. And they immediately will take the aim, oh, yes, I was deity. We tell everyone, but some, no way, how can I be deity? How many of you, as soon as you heard, you accepted it? Show me hands. I did immediately because I thought, because I had been feeling within me there is divinity and it's from God. I always felt since childhood that I am a divine being. But of course, this is not that energy was Satoguni. But as soon as I heard, I said, yes, let's begin our journey becoming Narayan from human being. So this is called the story of truth when human being changes into Narayan. And of course, interesting thing is that people always believe that they live in heaven up somewhere. But Baba says, no, you children, you were Narayan, you were Lakshmi, And that kingdom is being established. And that is why so many times Baba says, you children establishing your own kingdom with your own mind, body, and wealth. Even wealth, no? Baba says, no, you children have to use your wealth for seva, for establishment, because it's your kingdom. So it has to be also pure wealth, right? And also when I am doing it with my heart, my feelings, how Brahma Baba just immediately surrendered everything. He recognized that kingdom of truth, kingdom of Narayan, our kingdom is being established now. So we have then start becoming pure, and now all attention is to become 16 degrees complete, completely viceless and all virtuous. That's our whole degree, right, which we are now through the study. So Baba said this morning, if you want to be Narayan, only way is to study properly, because it's a status also. So it's the income you earn, the status you claim, and that is only through, Baba says, study. As much we study, we qualify, we get better, and we start seeing within us that divine image of Narayan, which is very powerful and beautiful. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now we will get our Murli practice point for tomorrow. Would like to welcome dear brother Ken. Welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti Didi. I'm just listening to you now, and again, I just relate so much to this, how Baba's explanation, how Baba's telling of the story touched us. And it's very interesting that today is actually a day of the full moon. So the story of immortality in really Baba's been telling us this morning. So today is one of the two super full moons of 2021 today, 26th. That's when the moon looks a little bit bigger than it really is. So since I'd read this Murli, of course, a couple of times in preparation for this program, and also yesterday I had a look at the Murli before going to sleep, and again in Amrit Vela, and just after Amrit Vela. So that when I was listening to the Murli, I was really very, very attentive that Baba's stories would be hitting me, you know. Since he's the ocean of knowledge, it's very interesting. I had the experience that each of the stories as it was coming, and as Baba said, knowledge can awaken my luck. So I was trying to feel that. Baba's story is being told. He's explaining everything. He's explaining the story of true Narayan. He's explaining the story of immortality. He's explaining the story of the creation, beginning, middle, and end, rise and the fall. All of this that you mentioned, Sato, Raja, and Tamu, and how our consciousness, as it changes, everything changes. From worship worthy to worshipper to elevated, from elevated to corrupt. So all of these stories were like waves coming to me. And I was just enjoying. Because Baba was really, I would use the word relentless, like the ocean is, you know, you're sitting there on the beach and the waves are just coming endlessly. So Baba was just coming and coming and coming and coming. And naturally you start to feel full because of this. And it's really, I was thinking a little bit also just after Daddy Gulzar mentioned this thing of having a clean and clear intellect. It's not just to pick up Baba's touchings, but to listen to the Murli as you know, as being read, or, you know, we're listening to it online maybe. but we're listening to it because our intellect is a little bit clear, a little bit clean. And this is why it's very important to have good Amrit Vela. And then again, it's very important to have a good meditation before the Murli. Not just turn up for the time of the Murli and just switch on your, and meditate, prepare, because the mind is like a whiteboard in a way. So if you still got yesterday's lesson written on it, and now you're going to write the new lesson, and you won't understand it. So I have to free myself of all other things. As Baba said, free ourselves of all of these man-made stories, even my own story. What is the story that I tell myself? Baba's telling me something on one side, but what is it that I'm telling myself? As is trying to understand what Baba's saying. So in the end, it's my story to myself, using all of these things that will change me. So I have to tell myself the right things about myself, about Baba, about the cycle, about what's going on, about the state of the world. And this image of the confluence age that Baba gave in the Murli, of the boat crossing from one side to the other. But I shouldn't just take it for granted that I'm already in the boat. I have to work to stay in Baba's boat. And it was interesting today, I had my second vaccine shot. So it was so strange, because internally I was in this story, and externally I'm in this place where there's a whole lot of people and they're queuing up to get vaccinated. So it's like, wait a minute, that's happening in the Kali Yuga. My body's in Kali Yuga, and I'm looking at it from a distance. I'm in this eternal story, and the rest of the things that I can see and touch and feel are in the Iron Age. So this whole thing of the words of story becoming kingdom were resonating in me the whole day. And of course, starting off with Amrit Vela, the intoxication of becoming Narayan, and then at the time of the Murli, what effort do I need to make to become a Sun Dynasty king or queen? Drink, I wrote down this, drink the nectar of knowledge, no poison, no more poison. That my dharma and karma have to be righteous. I should not become impressed by anyone, because Baba said being impressed is being a subject. So if I want to be a king, I have to understand if anything that's good in anyone, no matter who it is, that goodness has been put there by Baba some way or the other. And of course, to become that Sun Dynasty king or queen, I have to study, and as Didi said, and also teach others. At traffic control was very interesting, keeping the land of peace in one eye and the land of happiness in the other eye. So just alternating between those two things and checking how my vision towards the future is. And the chart later on this evening is about, okay, let me look at this, my day, let me look at how my story went today. How content do I feel for having renounced all of these limited wealth and adornments, all of these things that have no value. So can we put the word cloud up for tomorrow? Day 6 of karma. Keywords, peace, Bharat, and knowledge. So very interesting. And related to the Murli, at the time of listening to the Murli, can we put up the homework now? 3 points to help me to experience more liberation in life now. So what I'm listening to the Murli, but a little bit going on from Sunday's Murli about going beyond bondages. So it's probably a good chance after Sunday's Murli and yesterday's Murli, today's Murli, and tomorrow's Murli, just check the 3 points that help me to experience liberation in life. And a checking at traffic control, how divine is my intellect So whatever's going on when the traffic control music plays, or when my phone gives me an indication that it's traffic control, sometimes it's just a beep, I check how divine my intellect is at that moment so that I can stay on track. And the experience for the chart, the experience of being detached from worldly possessions and connections. So this is for tomorrow. Namrit Bella tomorrow. It's related to the cycle and actually related to the urgency of my efforts as well. I have completed 84 births. The play is now coming to an end and I must return home. So that's the feeling and thought that we should cultivate in Amrit Vela tomorrow. So again, enjoy everything. Enjoy, prepare yourself better maybe than today for the Murli, if you can. Really clean the whiteboard before you go in at the time and listen to the Murli, and go in with armed with those points to listen for, to activate your listening skills, and enjoy tomorrow. Om Shanti.
Yeah, when we all come in knowledge, we say there are two intoxication, godly intoxication and then divine intoxication. Narani intoxication. So when there is godly intoxication, then I am the child of God, godly family. And then when there's Narani intoxication, then it's what I am becoming. So both intoxications are very, very powerful. And I think when we come as young Brahmin, we have a lot of intoxication. And then sometimes, as you said, you are taking vaccination and looking at people and your internal intoxication of being Narayan, becoming Narayan. And so especially as we all don't go out much now. So whenever we have to go for these things, there is a contrast, right?
Absolute contrast.
Yeah, but we know that, it's still confluence age. So one side is Kali Yuga, another side we preparing for golden age. And I think many are asking this question to me, saying, when everything becomes regular, we have to go back to job. We are working from home now. So I said, but Baba gave us time now. And always remember your presence is there to serve, right? To spread the vibrations. Have very, very loveful drishti for everyone. So somewhere we have to keep reminding, this is also service. This is also service. So then we could adjust, and then of course internally we know now that change must happen. But before golden age, we know that there is a big scenes of drama, of natural calamities, of people getting sad and sorrow. And so internally we have to keep the intoxication of what I am becoming. And of course, company of Baba.
Didi, also I was thinking that today that the real vaccine, of course you have a vaccine for the body, but Gyan and the Baba's Murli is the vaccine for the soul, that nothing affects us.
Baba says no injection of knowledge, yoga. Right, very good. Okay, thank you and good night, Brother Ken.
Good night, Didi. Om Shanti. Good night, everyone.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Journey, Adi Dev, special stories of those who became instruments of God.
The father of people Prajapata Brahma. Baba used to have this sweet concern day and night of giving knowledge to all his beloved children. He used to say that in today's world, if a father hosts a big celebration, he would definitely invite all his children. Similarly, the Supreme Father has come to host this big celebration of creating a new world. It is our responsibility that this good news is given to each child of Baba. With this bhavana of world service, Baba received the news in November 1957 about a World Religious Conference being hosted at the Red Fort in Delhi. Hearing this news, Baba decided to create beautiful and attractive posters for the conference. The title of the poster was Godly Invitation and Always Good Luck. Baba decided to go to Delhi and give these posters an invitation to all his children personally. The folders and posters were so attractive that everyone had a desire to read and keep it safe. People used to consider these attractive posters to be the most valuable treasure. Baba had also created big colorful pictures of Trimurti Shiva and the world drama. Baba's bhavana was to give these pictures and the invitation cards to all the souls present at the conference. This is how Baba taught all the children to be a great donor and benevolent for world service. Baba always remained in godly intoxication. He was a powerhouse of constant happiness. Many times, Baba would explain that during weddings and celebrations, many people play loud drums and celebrate with great splendor. Similarly, Baba believes that our drums of happiness should be playing throughout 24 hours. We are constantly celebrating this auspicious occasion of being engaged to the Lord of Immortality. Your drums of happiness should be such that people come ask you, what is the reason behind your constant celebration? Always continue to check. Are such drums of happiness constantly playing inside my heart?
याद साकार की आ रही है ओ बाबा तुम्हारे.
Baba used to say that today's religious leaders have been using the word Shri, Guru, and Mahamandaleshwar in a wrong manner. To correct this mistake, Baba decided to send letters to all those leaders who were addressed by these titles. The significance of each title was mentioned in the letters. The title Shri is only used for Golden Age deities. This title was given to them because of their complete purity. Every part of their body used to be so pure that the word lotus was placed in front of the name of every body part. Lotus eyes, lotus mouth, lotus feet, and many more. Now the title Shri Shri is only used for the one who is God of gods, the Supreme Father Shiva. It is wrong to use the title of Shri Shri for today's Iron Age souls with impure bodies. Now the word Jagat Guru. Baba used to explain that Guru is the one who grants liberation. In that case, only the one who is ever liberated, the Supreme Father, can be called the Guru. These letters were written and sent to all the religious leaders in India on 29th February 1960 by Mama. The title of the letters were written with a bright red ink, asking them to check if they have a right to these titles. The wonder of drama was such that none of these leaders responded back to these versions of truth. Baba said, I was aware that they will not respond back. These letters were written to spread the sweet truth to all those who are lost in this falsehood. Such was our beloved Baba, the embodiment of law and love.
फरिश्तों सा चलना वो दृष्टि का देना वो पत्रों का लिखना झुलाए जो झूले फरिश्तों सा चलना वो दृष्टि का देना वो पत्रों का लिखना झुलाए जो झूले वो बच्चों से मिलना वो टोली खिलाना कहाँ तक गिनाए भुलाए न भूले वही याद नैना हमारे सजल के वही याद नैना हमारे सजल के तन और मन को भी नहला रही है ओ बाबा तुम्हारे मिलन की लगन ये
So it was so nice that we come to know how Baba kept thinking about world service and the way he did it, right? So thank you so much for sharing the stories with us. And now, today, we will do 10 minutes of meditation together with Didi, and we'll take Drishti, share Drishti.
Yes, yes, Baba. Our intellect is with you, our heart is with you. So, everyone, Om Shanti and good night. Good night.